Alrighty, y'all. Out here getting cardio done. It is a windy, partially overcast type of day, but it is warm and humid. It's like 76, but like 88% humidity. So, just nice and hot and sticky. But, we're getting it done. Yesterday's arm day, very effective. Bis and tries, definitely super sore. Then today, it's leg day. Still, man, just that day that I dread. I dislike doing legs. And it's not because the exercises are super hard or any of that. It's just literally how taxing it is, mentally and physically, to go through a heavy leg day. But also just the sheer amount of soreness after leg day. Just sucks to deal with. You don't want to walk around. Your calves are all locked up. You're stuck on your tippy toes until you get them all stretched out. And that's an entire process that just is very unenjoyable. So, but gotta have big strong legs if we want to be fit. Your legs are your largest muscle bellies, so they burn the most calories just being static. So your static metabolic rate is definitely severely affected by your leg mass, in my opinion. And also, strong legs just overall leads to a higher quality of life. Because if you can't walk when you get older, or you have knee pains, you can't go out, go enjoy things, because you need a walker or a cane, or your body's just tore up and you can't go around an amusement park or go stand around at a concert or something, like, you know, that it definitely decreases your quality of life. So keeping your legs strong and healthy, it's going to be a big part of enjoying your later years for sure. So, but that's that part. So then we going to try switching up our diet a little bit here. I'm basically more or less try to eat the same meal over and over for a little while, but calorically it'll be very good. It's more or less, so 1.5 pounds of chicken seasoned up and then tossed in the air fryer to get it all nice and crispy, so like some air fried chicken. And then with that, we are going to also be doing 1/2 pound at a time, so 3 meals, and then doing 1 russet potato with it to air fry some french fries. So basically chicken strips and french fries 3 times a day, but all done in the air fryer. And so for the seasoning, the chicken, and the potatoes, it'll come to 1,750 calories for the day. 157 grams of protein, 111 grams of carbs, and 57 grams of fat. So that'll put us into our deficit that we want to be in, and it'll make it pretty easy to maintain that, because it tastes good. If your food tastes good, it's a whole lot easier to eat it, and you're more looking forward to eating consistently when your meals taste good as well. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and switch my meals to currently for a little while. But we're finished up with the walk, so I will see you guys later in the gym for legs. Today's leg day. We're going to go ahead and start out with good old traditional back squats. something that we tried a little bit of again on our last leg day for the first time in a very long time. And I was running into the issue of there's just a nerve that the bar digs into, and like I feel a lot of strain in my lower back, whether I'm setting them up high, setting them like mid-shoulder, or setting them like low back squats. Like they all kind of do the same thing. Now moving it further down on my back gets rid of the nerve issue that the bar presses into, but the further down I go on my back, the more lower back like tension I get. So I went ahead and ordered a pad for the bar. I know, what a bitch, right? But if it lets me complete the exercise as designed effectively, I'm going to use it. So because there's not much better to build big fat quads than just real heavy squats. So if it's something that's going to let me get back to squatting heavy and being able to squat consistently without a bunch of pain, that just is what it is. So, because I mean, we don't make fun of someone with an injury or like a inability to perform an exercise and they have to modify it to complete it. So, I mean, this is basically the same thing. I just got something weird going on. Maybe the traps just ain't big enough yet to really cushion everything, and so it's just eating into my spine, which is a big possibility. I don't really have big traps anymore. So we're working on getting them back like everything else, but this is what we're doing today. So we got 185 on the bar now. If 185 feels pretty comfortable, since this is where I worked up to last week, I'll hit this for probably 5 reps. And then if it feels good, we'll go ahead and we'll move up to 205, see how that feels, and then maybe move up to 225. Because strength-wise, 185 still felt pretty easy. So we shall see today what it feels like trying to use this bar pad, which also just feels kind of weird at the moment. Actually feels really good there at 185. So I think I'm going to leave the weight actually just at that and go ahead and do 2 more sets of 5 reps at 185 just to see how comfortable it still is. But I can definitely feel the quads firing and the blood rushing into them even with just the 5 reps, because I haven't done an actual squat in who knows how long. So they are definitely going to be, they're going to feel a lot more aggressive than if I've been squatting all the time. So I will be back after the next 2 sets. We've finished up our other 2 sets of back squats. So for a total of 3 sets of 5 at 185, nothing too heavy. But definitely feel some stimulus in the legs. Not trying to go balls to the walls yet on the squats. We're going to slowly work into it over the next couple weeks. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to go stay at 3x5 or try to go to 3x8. I'll probably try to go to 3x8 just to get a little more volume and stimulus in there. And then once I get to 3 sets of 8 at 185, I'm going to head and just start making 5-pound jumps every week after that, and see where we can get again in our squat. So I'm thinking that'll definitely give us quite a bit of growth, especially since that'll be some really high stimulus. But now we're going to go ahead into some V squats, just to really target and really blast the quads now. I've got 220 pounds on here. It's 455s plus whatever this thing weighs, you know, minus whatever the leverage is. So let's go ahead and take a fairly wide stance here, I'm thinking, but nice and deep down on the plate. let's see how these guys feel. All right, definitely feel them targeting the quads, slightly bit different, but it quite a bit easier than back squats, but a lot more focus. I can feel a lot more down here in the teardrop, probably just because I'm taking a much wider stance, so kind of comes into that angle slightly more. Kind of like the same with the leg extensions. You know, you tip your feet outwards and you can really feel that teardrop fire up, even though, you know, science says it doesn't matter, but people who do it with an EKG and you rotate that foot outwards, and it definitely contracts harder. So I'm going to go ahead and add, I think, another 50 pounds. So 25 to each side here. We'll bring this to 270, and I'll hit my next set. But I will be back for the next exercise, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. We've completed V squats. Oh man! At 270 pounds, we did the next 2 sets. I was able to do 8 reps again for the first set, and then 6. So the goal for V squats is going to be able to work to 3x8 at 270. And then once we get to 8 reps for the 3 sets, we're going to work up to 3x10s on those. And then we'll go from there. The same as we're working with the squats. So everything is kind of getting readjusted today to accommodate the fact that we're going to start doing back squats again. So instead of doing deadlifts, we're going to go ahead and go into Romanian deadlifts instead, or straight leg deadlifts. So that way it is strictly mostly hamstrings, and we're not trying to drive the weight with our quads and everything and lift as much as possible. This is to try to get as much hamstring engagement as we can. So we're going to go ahead and work at these. So this would be 185 pounds here, because this is only 5-pound bar because of the counterweighted Smith machine. So we are going to see how 185-pound RDLs feel. We haven't done these in quite a long time. This here, probably right about the stance I want to be. Hammies can feel that. So 185 pounds, definitely on the upper edge of weight for sure. We can do them. It doesn't feel too crazy, but the stretch, massive. The hamstring engagement, huge. So I'm definitely not increasing weight on these at all. We're going to stay at 185 for a while. We're just going to work up in volume as we can. And I'm going to go ahead and hit 2 more sets for another 8 reps. Or I think that was 8. It might have been 7. I might have miscounted. But I'll look at the camera. It'll tell me. But the goal is going to be 3x8 here at 185. And we'll be back for the next thing. So, now we're on to hip thrusts. The whole reason that we ordered the pad for initially, but it worked out that it helps fix our squat problem. So, Got 225 on the bar. This is 20 pounds more than last week. 205 felt kind of easy other than the fact of the bar digging into my freaking hips. So now we're gonna go ahead and get on set in here. Which I tell you what, these are always so weird to set up for. Getting up into place, your shoulders locked in on the bench. And I tell you what, 225 don't feel too bad. In a few sets though, that's going to be heavy. So I think that was 11 or 12, something like that. We're shooting for 12 reps on these. It's more of a volume type of exercise. So that ain't bad. 225, it's enough to hit thrust your mom. So we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna knock out 2 more sets of these. Then we're gonna go ahead and go to calf raises and cable crunches as a superset. We'll be right on out of here. Those things kicked my butt. The second set, I got to 11 and not 12. And then the third set, I got to 9. So I tried a 4th set and I got to 6. So 225, definitely adequate for hitting exhaustion inside of the glutes and the hamstrings. But man, I tell you what, those things, they gonna be sore tomorrow. Doing tomorrow's cardio walk in the morning, ugh, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal. But it'll feel good once the walk's done. But getting that motivation to go and get it done is that's gonna be a hard one. Oh. Whew. Those things are going to add up over 5 sets. We are going to have us a big fat calf pump. I can feel how tight my glutes and hamstrings are. I'm just trying to bend over. Woo! Man, we are going to have a great calf and core pump after these next 4 sets. But I tell you what, today's energy levels, quite a bit up there. Haven't been doing as much like physical labor in between cardio and working out inside the yard. Like I mowed stuff, walked around and sprayed a bunch yesterday. I mowed the backyard today, cleaned up a little bit of stuff, but nothing crazy physical. And then I've made sure I've been eating today. I've had a pound of chicken already, 2 russet potatoes, and Red Bull this morning. Those I need to start kind of weaning out again. So I'm going to start reducing the size of the Red Bull I'm buying until I can just kind of cut it out and save myself those calories. But later on, I'll have another half a pound of chicken and another potato, and breading them up a little bit, and then air frying everything, air frying the potato and air frying the chicken. So again, those 3 meals, you know, they add up to like 1,740, 1,750 calories, but it's 161 grams of protein and 111 carbs, I think is what it was, and 57 grams of fat. So macro-wise, freaking awesome. I'm landing right at my deficit basically, you know, plus my Red Bull. That's 1,900 calories. Maintenance calories for me right now is 2,340 is what it was 2 months ago, is what I checked it at. I ate 2,350 calories for an entire month every single day, and I gained 1/4 pound in 1 month. So that basically means I was like 12 calories too much each day for averaging. So 2,340 calories is maintenance for me. So with that, that puts me at 340 calories of a food deficit, plus the whatever exercise I'm doing on top of that. So I wasn't doing as much cardio then, so the additional cardio I'm doing now, which adds up to another like 180-ish calories burned. So that's putting me at like right about a 500 calorie deficit a day. So with that, that's a pound a week is what I should be dropping eating this diet. So we will definitely find out here in a couple days when it's time to do a physique update for day 60. Since this is 56, we've got 4 days. So we will see what we look like then. But for now, that's it for today. So make sure you're out there, you're getting your stuff done, and don't be a lazy fuck.